Namaste, peace, love, and light. Welcome to Powerhouse Tarot. I'm Energy. This reading is going to be a pick a card. Make sure that you pick the card that it is you want. Sit and take some meditative moments to just figure out what card it is that you want. Sit, ask spirit what number you should go with. Let spirit guide you and give you the number. Go with that number. Boom, we done. You know what I'm saying? We rocking out. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple of meditative moments to get into that. And choose a card selection. Right. It's card 1, card 2, card 3. Okay. Again, that's card 1, card 2, and card 3. Okay. So to go ahead and get going here, let's start out with card 1's messages, okay? Card 1. What do we have? Okay, so we got a couple cards here. Okay, such a curious dream. Grounding, returning to reality and coming home. Some of us, I feel like, with this message here, for those of us that pick card 1, they're saying like right now we're returning to reality, coming home. Some of us could be coming home. Some of us could be returning back home. Here it says number 45, such a curious dream. Like maybe you went after something, it was a curious dream. It was a dream you had of something you wanted to fulfill. It was something in it that you needed to do. Okay? And it's like you're returning back to your roots, or you're returning back to home, or what you left behind. You know what I'm saying? Because at least you had fucking roots. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is a really good card though. You know what I'm saying? For those of us who pick card 1. Just the feelings, what I'm getting. Okay. The second card is Star Gathering. Stars align. Remembering the home, soul, family. Yeah. So this is like us returning. This is us returning home. These are messages about us returning home. We needed to go back home and get back to our roots. Just period. Okay. Those of us who pick card 1, we needed to connect back to the roots. A lot of us might have been going back home to family, mothers, fathers, grandmothers, whatever this is, this energy, okay? To get the foundation, to reconnect to foundation. You know what I'm saying? Those of us who had that, who or still have that. Okay, because not everybody even has that. And that's even letting you know what a blessing it is, and what a in this message, you know what I'm saying? Because to have that, to be able to go back to, because again, a lot of people don't have that, you know, those kind of roots that they can go back to and have somebody to depend on, right? So for those of us who pick card 1, it's like you're aligning with your soul family and just remembering home through the experiences. So it's actually pretty good messages that I'm getting with these cards. I'm not even going to read from the book just because the book for this deck is actually packed up. What else? So, okay, so I'm just explaining it kind of organically, but it makes complete sense because you're going home. Like some of you guys are traveling back home. Some of you guys are just returning to roots of what feels like home. You know, the thing that it is, you know, that you're good at. You know what I'm saying? Here, the third card, it says, Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy, you know what I'm saying? Anchoring, right? So I feel like going back home like anchors you. Like there's safety, there's security in it. You know what I'm saying? You might was walking away from a situation where you felt unstable. You know what I'm saying? Like your life, you were walking on eggshells, or like it was very unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? So this is you getting back anchored and grounded action. You know what I'm saying? Isis energy, right? Am I showing you guys the cards? I apologize. Here we go. Beautiful Isis energy, right? Look at the macrame at the top. Come on. Come on. Let go. I feel like you guys, that's the angel message. I feel like some of you guys that pick card one, well, everybody that pick card one, you know, it's kind of the letting go of what, I don't need this shit no more. Okay. Maybe I needed to try this though. I had to go about it because my curiosity, such a curious dream. It was your curiosity that led you to a situation, but you let it go because you think that it wasn't working for you. It just wasn't. That's the wisdom in it. That's the true wisdom in it. So that's what the angels have to say. Once you're able to let go, you can truly align to what it is that's home, the soul family. Because that'll always exist. No matter the time, the space, you know. So, and I feel like you experiencing that helped you realize that does exist, and that there's no contingency to have that. And so returning back to your roots, again, it just helps you anchor off and just have some sort of stability, some sort of foundation to work off of. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this is truly the best place that you could be. Some of us, just minute that I sort of sometimes we do need our family. Sometimes we do need the people that we care about to come in and, you know what I'm saying, like show us, like, you know, that love that we might need, you know, we might have been missing out on because we were chasing a dream, right? And I think that you'll be experiencing a lot of that right now with these oracle messages, is what they're saying. So I'm going to grab tarot messages for each oracle. Okay. Spirit, connect me to the messages for those of us that pick card one. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Wow, it's like that Seven of Wands wants to keep coming out. I'm telling you, I feel like you're very protected, you know? It's like when you see the sevens, first of all, that's divinity. You know what I'm saying? That number itself, you know, out of all the numbers, right? That's like God's number. Now, it's like, but when you think of the wands, it's like the wands normally represents like, protection from competition, you know, or protect yourself from competition or competing forces, or you know, just protection just in general. Also, sometimes people like to say though too, sometimes I might say it's like standing your ground though too, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like where you're at right now, it's like you're standing your ground, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, it's like that you had to do that though. That was a part of the mission for you to go on this mission, this whatever this was. And it's going to be different for everybody because everybody didn't just, I don't know, do this or do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so important to realize that you were sent in those missions, and that it needed to happen so that you can activate, okay, your Earth Star activation, to bring in the anchor or the grounded action, right? You let go of something and becoming a better version of you. Releasing the parts of you that maybe felt like holding on. Sometimes when we feel like we get too attached to a thing, right? We start to forget about ourselves. So those of us who pick card one, I feel like this is remembering the self and remember how anchored and how supported and loved we are. and then reconnecting to that energy around us. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, for those of us who pick card 1, like for real, because it's like once you realize like I'm not alone, you know, you took a leap of faith to say I'm not alone, and it showed, the universe showed you you're not alone, and it's just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like now you're headed somewhere very, very beautiful. Is all I can say. And with that, when I was saying about the 7 of Wands, just keeps coming to mind that somebody just need to stand your ground this time, you know, with this choice. Because maybe for those of us who pick card 1, you know, we've been running this fucking rat race circle. I feel like, you know, it's what I'm hearing. It's like a circle with us. Those of us that pick card 1, it's like a rat race circle. We done with these freaking circles, okay? And I can feel it, you know. Let's get some tarot messages on the number 45, such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, and coming home. What are the tarot messages for that card? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Yeah, this is so good, you know, for those of us who pick card 1. Okay, look at that, the strength, okay? You've gotten so strong. Before, you wouldn't have even been able to let go of this shit. You feel me? And today, though, but today, it's like it's a new energy. It's a new vibe. Like, because your star family is showing up and anchoring you. You know what I'm saying? And showing you that you're supported and that you're not alone. And that's the thing. So many times we get going in life and we think we'll get put in these situations where we think that it's just us, and we have to be reminded that you're never alone. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we putting ourselves into isolation, situations that we know aren't good for us, and then we end up isolating from the rest of the world because it's like we know it's a fucked up position, and we don't really want the rest of the world to know what the fuck is going on, right? So then we end up having to go from it, or being guided away from it because it's just not good for you, you know, right? And so I feel like sometimes people could have put things, for those of us who pick card 1, it's like sometimes people kind of put, you know, could have put things, you know, this narrative that we couldn't do something on our own type too. You know what I'm saying? They could have been spinning that narrative like gaslighting us, or maybe making us feel like, yeah, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like too, they knew like who you were before you even really recognized who you were with this strength card. And it's over because like you showing up as like the strength, the fucking ISIS, like, oh yeah, we in a different energy. Those of us that pick card 1, like I don't even know how to explain this to you, but we're in a different energy right now. Like before, I know before, but we ain't talking about before. We talking about today. See, now you got receipts. Now you moving a little bit different. See, you gonna learn the lesson here. Okay, there was a lesson that needed to be learned. That's why we were on the cycles. But see, once we learned the lessons, and now the cycle ends. Now I break it. Whatever that cycle was, that takes a strong ass person. That's not a weak person at all. Right? Clarifying it. Feeling grounded, right? The Magician. Come on, you in your bag. Some of you guys could have been creating, you know, because the Magician has all of everything, meaning they got the pentacles, they got the wands, they got the cups, they got the pinnacle, the swords, they got everything, the elevated demeanor over the mind. Like, that's the Magician, yes? So I feel like if you, like, you might have left and jumped out of a situation not even knowing what the fuck it is you're doing, but like right now you're just like boom, creating as you go on. It's like a cat landing, jumping out a window and landing on their feet. Like, this is how you're maneuvering about, like, you know what I'm saying, like just making taking a complete risk, you know what I'm saying, and then showing yourself like, look, I'm so capable, right? Is where you're going with this, right? Those of us who pick card 1, the reason why you're in this position is because sometimes when you push a person up, put a little pressure on a person, or a person feels like they have a little pressure on them, or their back is up against the wall or whatever, sometimes people will perform better, actually. You know what I'm saying? And those of us that pick card 1, I feel like that's the thing with us. You know, sometimes to go through a little bit of pressure and a little bit of understanding of a situation or something, you know. It's either the pressure or the you know, combined. I think with the analysis of what's taking place, you know what I'm saying, it puts you in your magician, you know. It just puts you in your natural energy of, look, I'm going to alchemize whatever the energy is. And I think it's becoming extremely beneficial to some of you guys. It's creating your abundance here on earth. Like, you're turning into a fucking magician after, like, going through all of this bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Not all this bullshit, but it's like, you know, a very tough and challenging situations that definitely showed you who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? And who you were investing, even more so, who you were investing your time in. And it could have been a job, it could have been a person, it could have been whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? But it definitely brought a lot of self-discovery. You know what I'm saying? And for those of us getting this message, it's like, now we're in a different energy now. We're stronger than we ever, you know, could have imagined, you know, with the magician. Clarifying such a curious dream. 8 of Pentacles. Some of us, it could have been a job offer or something like that. When you got out of your situation, like you manifested a new career path or something like you just came. You was like, look, I ain't about to like fucking it was like you could have knew and then foreseen stuff. You could have foreseen something happening and not working out, and then you was like, you know, I'm not gonna put all my eggs in this basket. I'm gonna have something for myself. You know what I'm saying? After all of this ordeal is done, and that was the intuitive part. Damn, I'm surprised that wasn't the Queen of fucking Swords that came out. Here, let's clarify. The star gathering, stars aligned, and remembering home, the soul family. Can we get some tarot messages concerning this card? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, there go the Queen of Cups. Come on now. A lot of us, I feel like you had to heal, and I think that it coming in reverse. It's like maybe you were putting off some of the healing that needed to take place. You know what I'm saying? Like you were prolonging almost, you know, staying in a situation that maybe wasn't the best for you, just period. And now finally you can receive the proper healing, you know what I'm saying, just right now through your soul family, and just remembering home and aligning with your stars for real. Messages for yep, 4 of Pentacles. Some of you guys were very stuck on a situation. It was a situation. This could have been work. It could have been a lover. But more so for some of you guys, I see work. But is this for me? I'm just getting a lover with these stars. I don't know why. That's what I'm feeling. What I felt when I touched the card. And so, but you were really stuck on a situation, and I feel like you wanted to build on it. You thought it was going to bring you like some sort of security long term. And maybe it might have, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, I just don't think it was a situation that was for you, and you had to go through it though. It was something that you had to return to reality to finally see though, you know, on some real shit. Like you had to be real with yourself. It took some strength right there, you know what I'm saying? To be real with yourself, for real. Because listen, that's who's the most hated in the room. The realest one. The most truthfulest one, you know. So that, like I said, that took you putting on your adult britches, right, to deal with that, and then finally let go, right? The angel said, right? So it took you quite, actually, you know, a lot of energy from you, you know. And as you let go, I feel like now you start to receive now, and your 4 of Pentacles and your true long-term security and stability is now being impermeated, or not impermeated, but like solidified. You know what I'm saying? Because you made the proper decision to choose yourself, yes, instead of choosing other people. And maybe you thought like this was your soul family, or you were so aligned to this person, or soully aligned and all this other whatever. And maybe that was true. Maybe it wasn't, you know. But I think the biggest thing was that you were able to be real with yourself and say, you know, maybe this isn't, right? Or maybe this isn't. Because I feel like a lot of times what keep us stuck in a situation is the fucking lie, right? It's the inability to kind of see it, the truth, right? Clarifying the let go card. Clarifying the let go. Okay? See, so when you let go, you went into your own bag, basically. You started getting money now. Now you start being able to focus finally on your own money, your own success, your own worldly sustenance, and having your own thing. Instead of saying, okay, well, I'm going to focus on somebody else's or having something with somebody. This is like, people that pick card one, it's like, you chose yourself. You finally were able to fucking choose you. That's like really the overall message. And it's tough. You know what I'm saying? But once you did it, it returned back to you. All that energy that you put in somebody else. So imagine it. Knight of Pentacles. You had to be patient with yourself because you know how you is. You're a person, you're a curious dreamer. You like to dream. You like to live in La La Land. You like to live in maybe, whatever. And that's fine. And it's fine. But once you seen reality, it was over. I was like, okay. Oh, okay. Let me boo this shit off. Let me whatever the fuck I gotta do. And it brought you a place of stability. Like I'm saying, Knight of Pentacles talks about money. It talks about being stable. But it also talks about being patient to get there. This also talks about like a new job. Like, the resources are finally going back into you because now you're putting your full focus. You're not in those sword energies. You know what I'm saying? You're in your cups. And it brings in, it brings in your motherfucking money, your coin, right? So you're in a very much different energy these days, all because you let go. And that's the thing, what a blessing, those of us that pick our one, right? You're finally able to choose you. Clarifying Earth Star activation. Okay, so with the Death card, I definitely see the transformation coming. Some of you guys don't even show up the same way that you used to before. Like before, I feel like, people could have you could have been really predictable. And like today, like people can't even like predict like your next move because of how you're moving now. And I feel like keep letting people watch your smoke. Keep letting people, just only they don't see what you do, but they can only wonder. Keep that mysticism about you. Keep that, just beautiful transformation energy, just period. Keep that going. I feel like it's before your transformation, it was like outdated. The world might have received that like, and not that it even fucking mattered, but I'm just telling you how it was perceived, right? Maybe people didn't even like, didn't receive well your transformations in the past because they maybe felt like it wasn't a true transformation. This is like more like a true transformation for you, This is like an honest transformation. Like, it's not like me transforming into be something that somebody else wants me to be. Like, this is me transforming into the person that I finally want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I finally chose me. Like, yeah, me. Fuck, I ain't had that in a while. You know what I'm saying? Tastes great, right? So this is like that energy, right? Pretty much for those of us that pick card one. I love it for us, Sun shining, the rainbow's out. And like anytime the rainbow's out, it's a blessing or you're getting ready to receive something, Look at that, 10 of Swords, releasing anxiety, releasing fear, doubt, things that held us hostage in the situation, right? 5 of fucking Wands, come on. Like the arguments, all of that fucking pain now. You're grounded now. You're in Isis energy. You know what I'm saying? You're healing. You're resurrecting at this time. You know what I'm saying? That's why you turned the 10 of Swords upside down, because you're resurrecting. And beautiful Isis energy. That's what Isis has the power to do. Think about it. This is kind of Isis right here. Said, oh, you want to transform? Because Isis will bring from the dead to life. I feel like somebody could have tried to drain and pull or a situation could have tried to drain and pull all of your energy away to where you had almost died. And it was like the transformation you're on now, it's like brings you back to life, because now this is the true transformation. If y'all get me, you get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. You know, this is like the true transformation. Big Isis energy with that right there. Wow. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Walking away from fights. And look, Five of Wands is very ungrounded. It's like obstacles, rivalry, challenges. You know, it's like Five of Wands is like somebody doing some shit just for fun, causing you pain and it being pleasurable to them to see you unhappy, type of shit. And it's like you let go of allowing someone or thing to treat you like that. Like, just period. Like I said, those of us who pick card 1, it's like you're choosing self. And I don't know if it was, because it don't have to be somebody for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If it is, it is. But it could be a thing. You know, it doesn't have to be a person. You know, so take it how it resonates, y'all. But yeah. Yep. Just period. So, kudos to you guys for choosing you. Those of us who pick card 1. I'm going to grab you some romance messages just because I feel like you need some romance messages. And then we're going to grab the closing tarot for card 1. Holy Spirit, is there any romance messages here for those of us that pick card 1? Are there any romance messages for those that pick card 1? Okay, passion, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Somebody you need to discuss your feelings with. Somebody is healing family issues right now. Your love life is benefiting as you forgive your parents. Somebody had a lot of like feelings towards a parent that, you know, like repressed feelings that you have towards your parents. So like you act out in different ways because you didn't know that that's what you was harboring. So I feel like somebody is recognizing that and gonna be healing that out. For those of us that pick card 1, that was another part of letting go. Like you had to heal some part of like yourself in this relationship with your parent or something like that. That's beautiful though. It's like maybe you felt like, I feel like you felt like you were punished by punishing myself, like I punished you. And then you had to realize, like, I'm not punishing nobody but myself. I'm not beating nobody up by myself. Like, why am I doing this? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was another part of your discovery too. It's layered. This Queen of Cups energy, this healing for you, it's gonna be extremely layered. Like, it's gonna be jam-packed full of different healing parts for you. Those of us that pick card 1, because choosing you is important. And it's kind of like one of the main first lessons that a lot of people skip out on. Not gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? And so you learning it, whoever you are, however old you are, it doesn't even fucking matter. I feel like you're good now. You're finally good, you know? Is there anything hidden here? We'll take a hidden message, just one. I'm not available. Somebody feels like they're not available. I feel like that's how you feel towards somebody that's trying to reach out. Somebody feels like they're not available. I feel like that's how you feel towards somebody that's trying to reach out. Oh, this song is called like Rolling in the Deep, so Rolling Stones. Yeah, that's what he says. He says, I'm sorry in the song. But anyways, yeah. So somebody says they're not available. I felt like somebody knew that this was about to come to this situation, and it's like they wanted to hurry up and be the, well, I'm not available first. Like they knew that this was situation wasn't gonna work out, and it was like they wanted to be the first one to say like goodbye or something like that. So they started playing you cold or something, like making you feel bad or something early. You know what I'm saying? Like just to hurry this up, speed the process up. Like, you know, because usually a person that chooses themselves first, if somebody treated them like that, they'll just walk, right? But they knew that you didn't choose yourself yet. You hadn't built the skill set up yet completely. They knew that and they played on that. And that's what they used to say. Like they used to, the persona or the energy they would give you was like, I'm not available. Even when you was in a relationship with them, you know? It's like so detached, right? Let's see. Closing. Yeah, this is closing tarot messages for those of us that pick card 1. And then we'll go into card 2. Okay. Biggest fucking message here in the world. Okay. In the world card. Biggest message here. Okay. Closing messages here is that you learned your lesson. Okay. That the lessons were learned. Some of you guys got travel, completion, expansion, all these wonderful things getting ready to happen for you. So just get ready. Like if you thought like, you know, there's a sign. Look, big happy changes. So those of you who pick card 1, don't worry. Like, you know, it was meant for you to go through what you were going through. All right. And you being able to be responsible and accountable for yourself ensures that your future will be beautiful with the sun and the lessons, because you know how to learn your lessons, and what they brings, you know, happy days will always come in for you. You know, you'll learn how to pick yourself up and through these situations with proper healing. You know, what else is coming out? Okay, 10 of Wands. Yes, I love it. Finally releasing burdens that made you feel like I had to do something or I was stuck in a situation. Releasing that shit. Healing that fucking shit out, right? Finding your freedom. Listening to spirit. Boom, there's your new beginnings. Okay, come on. Confidence is back. Come on, Queen of Wands. You know, because you living in your truth. Mayut, because you living in your truth and you're living in clarity, man. Ace of fucking swords. That's the fuck. See, I knew love was gonna come back. I knew it. Look, money there for, like, come on, like, you good. You had to go through this, my G's, my spiritual OGs. That's what we do. That's what we do. We do this all the time. We do this all the time. You know. So that's what I got for my reading for those that pick card 1. Let me know how you guys like the messages down below in the comment section of the video. And make sure that you subscribe if you enjoy the message. And you're not subscribed, make sure you go ahead and sub to the channel. All right. Without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and slide into the messages for card 2. Okay. Card 2. So card 2, use your time well. Make every moment count. I love this cat. I be telling my cat, this cat look like, my cat look like, it do not look like this cat, but in my head, that's what I see. I don't know, can y'all see it? I want y'all to see this cat face. This cat face is so fucking hilarious, bro. I was laughing. This cat is so fucking hilarious. Like, why is he laughing like that? Oh my God. Use your time well, y'all. Those of us that pick card 2, make your moment, or excuse me, make every moment count, is what that googly smile is saying. You're ready, all right? Some of us were waiting on something. With those of us that pick card 2, maybe we were waiting on something to happen. I feel like now is the perfect time for it to come in. um or if it was something you wanted to express yourself doing, it's the perfect time. It's like, use your time well. We all get 24 hours of the day, like, use it well, right? Express yourself doing, it's the perfect time. It's like, use your time well. We all get 24 hours of the day, like, use it well, right? um Next out, we have the divine matrix, interconnectedness. Now, interconnectedness, it just simply means like feeling the connection to everything in the universe, feeling your energy's connection to everything in the universe, right? Recognizing how you're a part of everything in the universe, right? It also says synchronicity. So maybe some of us are like seeing things happening over and over or in repetition. Like maybe it happened 3 times or maybe it happened twice and you like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So for those of us who pick card 2, use your time well. I think you're activating something on a spiritual level, and they're talking about the divine matrix with this card, this is you activating an understanding about how to maneuver in a divine matrix, and the last thing it says is God incidences. It's like you experiencing God like here on earth, like really truly, like and when I feel like you'll know when you experience it, because only other people that truly experience God truly will understand you when you explain that shit to them. Because like everybody else will be like, what the fuck are they talking about, right? It's because you have freed your heart space to a place. It's like, I want to say like the Ma'at scales. It's like you're very balanced, You've balanced your energies and things that you've gone through in order to be fair, in order to be non-partial, is what I'm hearing, very, if there was a sign to say how the energy you're representing right now, I guess it would be like Libra. Only in the fact that it's like Libra has the ability to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be justice, right, with Libra, but Libra has that ability, right? So that's why I say it's like you're giving a very balanced energy. Now, the third card is in the central sun. I didn't even show you guys these cards. Hold on. This one's the central sun. My bad. And it says abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. So I feel like you could be receiving a lot of abundance right now. Those of us who pick card 2, or will be receiving a lot of abundance downloads, and just success in general. Like whatever you put your mind to, like it being successful, or put your energy into it being successful. And I feel like these are coming in from your downloads, from your connectedness and your ability to see how you connect to everything in the universe, like for real, like when you understand that concept on a more deeper level, you start to live in a different way. Like, once I started to connect to that concept, I'm going to tell you from my own personal experience. Once I started connecting to that idea of interconnectedness and how connected I was to the universe and vice versa, right? And the universe to me, I stopped littering. Like I stopped doing like things that I knew was bad for the universe, because it was like, I'm a part of the universe and the universe is part of me. Like I don't want to hurt, you know what I'm saying, her, right? So I started living differently, and I feel like that's where you are right now. That's why you're ready now, because maybe before shit was a little crazy and you had to just get your shit together and you had to learn how to use your time well, you know what I'm saying? And now I feel like now that you're finally there, it's like now you're in this energy like, man, I'm not gonna waste any of my fucking energy no more, you know. I want to make everything count now, you know. um yeah, that's what I'm getting for those of us that picked card 2. Top messages coming in right now. So use your time well. I feel like that's like really how you feeling, like you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to do anything that you feel like is going to be a waste of time, you know. And I feel like you're just in this beautiful abundance energy. It's like you're regenerating, you know. Some of us that pick card 2 could have felt like maybe you didn't have the energy, you know, previously. But it's like now you'll be getting more energy and regeneration, you know. Sometimes when you regenerate and like sometimes you don't feel like doing a thing, but you're evolving still. You're still going through the phases, the metamorphosis phase. So it's like the regeneration phase is like, it's kind of like that too, you know, where you don't have a lot of energy, you know, but that's because you're regenerating. But there's a lot of success around you. Now we're going to clarify card numbers. Use number 24. Use your time well. Make every moment count. Clarifying that, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So we have the 3 of Swords. I feel like, and in reverse, I feel like some of us are walking away from things that, you know, from the past that really just kept us really down in spirit and energy, just period. I feel like these things could have kept us really in a depression and a slump for the most part. So that's why I feel like right now we're using our time well, because it's like, you know, all the time that we spent wasting our fucking time, it was like now we're realizing like, yo, I was fucking tripping. You know, all the time that we spent wasting our fucking time, it was like now we're realizing like, yo, I was fucking tripping. I'm got time. Like a lot of people are realizing that, you know, and I know that definitely. Those of us that pick card 2, it's really where we are. Clarifying that card. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a choice right now. Some of us learning how to balance here. This is definitely a big message. You know, some of us are learning how to balance with this 2 of Pentacles, you know, our life and all of the obstacles that we done went through in the past. Or sometimes when we felt like, you know, we were wasting our time. There's balance in between all of that. You know, you can't feel pity for yourself either. You kind of still got to keep going. Those of us that pick card 2. It's like, so we recognize that, we already know that. So I feel like right now that's really the message though. It's like balance, because life is going to bring you ups and downs. It's going to bring you highs and lows. You're going to be in the valley, you're going to be in the peak. You know what I'm saying? One day you're going to be on cloud nine, next minute you're going to be down on the ground with the worms. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like that, but it's meant to be like that so that we can learn the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like the wind, like the water. You know what I'm saying? Like learn how to be like that. Like the earth that we come from. Come on, dog. Come on, spiritual OG. So this 2 of Pentacles message is important, so important, because I feel like those of us that pick card 2, it's like, that's what the main thing was like, it was so hard for us to balance, you know what I'm saying, everything that was going on in the world. And it's like, now we're getting abundance downloads, you know what I'm saying? Now we're in this space of regenerating, you know what I'm saying? There's so many things happening. It's like life is happening. It's not going to stop for us. You know what I'm saying? So we absolutely have to get back to the basics. And I feel like now that's what we're doing. It's like we're using our time now to the best of our abilities right now, because we're ready, you know, and just period. We're learning how to balance it, you know. I ain't saying this was always easy, but it ain't always been difficult either. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we're doing good. You know what I'm saying? And when we're doing good, we're doing good. So that's where I feel like the balance needs to come in. It's like, yo, you know, and to celebrate, you know, your wins too, you know, not just your loss or just feel bad about your losses, but celebrate your wins, you know. It's another message I just heard. Okay. Clarifying you're ready. Clarifying you're ready. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Yeah, so with the Hierophant, it says you're ready. I feel like with the Hierophant, it's like you're ready to create your own narrative. I feel like you're ready to create your own sort of way that it is that you want to live your life, just period. I feel like you have a lot of life experience, those of us that pick card too. And I feel like, you're in a space that you're ready to create life in the way that you see fit versus what was created before. You know what I'm saying? You had any awareness that you were creating this. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you'll be going back to the drawing board and recreating, because you're regenerating. So you should probably be recreating the new life and the paradigms and the traditions and, maybe not being in conformity. Some of you guys coming out of conformity or out of this energy of feeling like, I got to do this old shit. This is you saying, no, I got to use my time well. I can't do what I used to do yesterday. That shit wasted my time yesterday. It's gonna waste my fucking time today. You know what I'm saying? So this is like us walking away from doing the same shit, right? That basically got us the same results. That's what makes us ready. Okay? The Four of Pentacles. This talks about we're ready, right? Now we're ready to have the long-term security. Central Sun, abundance downloads, regeneration, and success. We're ready for that now. Four of Pentacles. The earthly sustenance, the money. Before, if we would have got it, we probably would have fucked it off. Not gonna hold you. But now we're in a different space. Now I feel like we're ready for this. What's coming towards us. Four of Pentacles ensures that, you'll have the abundance that it is you seek. Four of Pentacles talks about being stable in the long term, and that's really where you are. And also talks about being very stuck to something. And I feel like that's where you are. You're very stuck on this idea of what's the energy that I need to get to bounce back, is what I keep hearing. I just keep hearing from those of us I pick card too. It's like a bounce back. Bouncing back. Bouncing back. I gotta bounce back. So what you're ready to you got out the Page of Pentacles, which is basically a new job where somebody's going to be changing a new profession. So maybe like you're making good money. Those of us who pick card two, ain't no maybe about it. One thing for sure, two for certain. Okay, my read be for real, and it really do be happening. But this Page of Pentacles is basically saying you're going to get a new job. You're going to get some sort of abundance here in the earthly realm, You got the Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, then you got the Six, which is like, could be generosity, but more so like balance. Remembering to balance the generosity, not to just go crazy when you get it, you know what I'm saying? But maybe save, tuck some of it, bounce back, not do some of the same things you used to do. Or it could be saying like, too, for some of you guys that are in personal, private, or not personal, private. That is private. Those of you that are, the word I'm looking for is self-made businesses. For this messages that I'm getting is charge more, tax for your worth. Like, charge more for what it is you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I heard from these cards right here. It's like tax for your worth. Charge more. Okay. Now for the Divine Matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences. Okay. So what did I call that, the last card? The Strength? It's the damn Justice. That was the Justice, my bad. This one, the Strength, though. Okay, and then this message, we talking about divine matrix right here, interconnectedness, synchronicity. So when all those synchronicities were happening, I feel like it creates a strength that you never had, like being able to connect with the divine and actually believe in it, trust in the divine and know that you have this this beautiful divine connection, and that it, you know, it's impenetrable, you know, truly. Okay, with that strength card, that's a beautiful message, you know, because when you connect to the Most High, it does make you feel stronger. It makes you feel like you have a certain authority, you know, truly. So that's where I see us with this message, you know, and I see you just mostly clicking up with people that have that same sort of strength, about inner strength about them as well. You know, you now starting to look at people that don't have that characteristic as, and seeing them for who they are, you know, as a weakness, you know, just period. Six of Wands is saying somebody's going to be recognized for something on their job or the recognition. So somebody's going to get like a raise or promotion. There's, you know, fluidity, like with money and risk taking and you know, like selling yourself. I keep hearing like sell yourself. Not like in a negative way, but like in a positive way. Like sell yourself, like make yourself, you know, like sellable. Like why make you think of it like this? Like make yourself, if you're a brand, if you're a product, why would somebody want to invest in you? Right? This is the energy those of us that pick hard too are in. This is why this is coming up, okay? Because now you're in a space where now you're becoming, you've been profitable, but you're realizing that you had your what is that shit? The standard, the bar set too fucking low. You know what I'm saying? Those of us that pick card too on some real shit. So it's like recognizing that I'm ready, but not only that, I gotta set my bar higher. Like, because no. Like, and you, I'm not saying like you even was bottom of the barrel or no shit like that by far. I'm just saying that even now you recognizing that, it's like, yo, it's only up from here, because it's like, for real, that epiphany moment, you know, and that's what brings in the success. You know, people will support you because you believed in you. People will back you because you believe in yourself strongly. You know what I'm saying? Those of us that pick card 3, like, you know, it's a different feeling. Look, 10 of Pentacles. I can't make this shit up to you guys. 10 of Pentacles. This talks about community, abundance, just having the wealth that you were looking for. You know, some of us were looking for some sort of community, you know, or some sort of sustenance, just to feel like, you know, I'm doing something really good. You know what I'm saying? And this also, 10 of Pentacles, speaks of like unexpected windfalls, you know, lump sums, inheritance, sometimes foundations, families, homes, all this beautiful support, old money, affluence, riches, support, you know, all these wonderful things that you can just really get this beautiful wind flow of money. I feel like some of you guys, there may be a partnership with lovers here as well. You know, like getting money with a partner for those of us that pick card 2. I'm going to clarify the lovers, clarifying the lovers. Oh no, that's you getting money by yourself. Excuse me. So it was clarified by the Hermit, the lovers. Alright, so that's pretty subtle. Clarifying the Hermit. Just gonna clarify the Hermit. You know? Just wanted to make sure. I'm like, full of guys. But you could be. Somebody doesn't mean that. You know, you could be. Yeah, it's like get the money by yourself. Like the money's there for you to get it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be so much more profitable. Those of us that pick card 2 to really just go about it by yourself, you know. And it's not like you can't have business partners or allies, or you can't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like get it yourself. Like you don't need anyone else's help. Like those of us that pick card 1, you know what I'm saying? Like you're kind of like self-made entrepreneurs, so to speak. You know, that crew of folk. Okay. 7, I swear to God, God gives you visions and you just go for it and they're successful. And that's all you need. Go with that. You'll always have abundance because you're listening to the divine. and you co-create with the divine. That's how you make stuff happen for yourself, and it's always successful, and that's how it's gonna always be done. You know, for real, for real. Some of you guys got a really deep connection with the Most High. That's beautiful. Now let's grab. I didn't really see any romance messages. Not gonna hold you guys. So what I'm gonna do for you guys instead, because I got a whole bunch of financial messages, is I'm gonna grab financial messages for those of us that pick card 2. Financial messages for those that pick card 2. Okay. So we have social media. Somebody being text, and then somebody like you're really good on social media, so like you can make money on social media. It'll bring you a lot of freedom, financial literacy, mastering your value. Yeah, remember I said that? Like, it's like you I literally said that shit to you. Like, you're recognizing your worth. Let me see what else is coming out. Financial messages here. Move forward with your business ideas. Don't delay. Okay? Like, some of y'all probably, you probably already know what it is that you want to do. Do it. Go forward with it. Like, stop delaying on it. Somebody else is going to make gold on this shit. Somebody's going to make bank on this shit. Go and do it. Like, period. Just period. Stop sitting around watching everybody else do it. You go do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, for real, you're ready on some real shit. You got a clean slate to a fucking, you got a clean slate. You let it, just, you know what I'm saying? If you build it, they gonna come. Financial test. This is a financial test to see if you want it bad enough. Because clearly you're giving off this energy that you're fucking ready. Spirit, Divine Holy Spirit, connect me to, damn. I really didn't see no finance. I didn't really see no romance here popping up. I mean, I seen the lovers, but fuck it. We did financial messages because y'all messages was basically about finances. Connect to the closing messages here for card 2. Closing messages for card 2. Card 2. Okay, closing messages for card 2. Got the Empress out, or the High Priest, excuse me. The Moon. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. I'm telling you, you're creating independent wealth. I can't make this up. You're creating independent wealth. Those of us who pick card 2, I don't know what the fuck they thought, but you was a fucking boss. And that's really why you was getting abundance downloads in a regeneration, because you're a boss and you have really good heart. You have good integrity. You know what I'm saying? You're ready. You're ready for this abundance that's coming for you. You know, 9 of Pentacles, this is independent wealth right here. Okay? Some of you guys didn't see this shit coming because you were operating out of fear, or you were operating out of some idea that told you that you couldn't do something, or something you were incapable. You know, maybe gaslighting you, telling you whatever for whatever reason, because they just didn't want you to have it. If they couldn't have it, they didn't want you to have it. You know, just period. You gotta understand that. People like that. People been like that since we was kids, right? Remember that? Remember when we was kids, y'all? How mean kids was. Just imagine how people are as adults. Like, come on. Like, you know that. So people tell us all type of shit, and that shit don't be true. You trying to make us feel some type of way because that's how the fuck they feel inside. You feel me? Like, nah. Very capable. They know that shit. They see the High Priestess in you. You just might not have seen the High Priestess in reverse. You know? So you gotta constantly keep reminding yourself, like, yo, I know I'm capable. I'm ready for this, you know? Because those of y'all that pick card 2 on some real shit, you ready to make some entrepreneur moves. Like, you ready to start community. You got the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. You ready to start community. Not only that, you ready to start community, but you have the abundance here to do so. This is what I'm trying to tell you. And the reason, and you got social influence. That's another thing. You're gonna have to start making more. You're gonna have to start charging people more for what it is that you do. Go move forward with your business idea. And I feel like, except with the 7 of Diamond, they basically saying, like, somebody gonna get taxed just because it's you. It's like, so when you go about it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so don't let that discourage you neither. Let me see. What's at the bottom of that? 7 of Swords, I promise you. My right-handed God, it's like push through. Seven of Swords, like go make a break for it. Some of you guys, if you need to sit down with, you know what I'm saying, and really get your business idea curated, you know, just be responsible and pay attention to detail and stuff like that. But go for it. Like make a break for it. Like don't sit on this business idea. This seven is coming in from the Most High. I promise you. You be in tax to see if you really want it bad enough. How bad do you, what do you say? How do you want to know? How bad do you want it? How bad do you need it? For those of us that pick hard too, it's like for real, like we ready, you know what I'm saying? But this really what's gonna boil down to. Like I said, see, remember I told you people was being malicious to us, being fucking nasty and shit, and we had to make a choice for like, you know, for like some of you guys could have been walking away from relationships, no longer choosing to settle in relationships. Okay, no longer holding on to people that you felt like you were indebted to with your heart. I feel like that brought you a lot of inner peace, finally choosing yourself. So this could be like the kind of the results of what's to come for those of us that pick card one. Like if you know what I'm saying, once you finally get to this next phase. But card two, that's what I really got for y'all. If y'all enjoy these messages, let me know down below. And if you're not sub, make sure you are so you get all the details every time that I upload to the channel. Big purr. Let's go into card three messages. Card three's messages. Falling, unknown, descent, momentum, and change. I feel like you feel like you're falling. It's like you don't know where you're going, but really it's giving you momentum to change. Some of you guys could be in recovery from a situation that you needed to recover from. Like it was just such a situation that it required you to recover from it, you know, to get better. Akashic Stargate. It says, for those of us that pick card three, align with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Okay, this is a really good message right here for those of us that pick card three. You know, you're picking the right path, and I know sometimes you might doubt yourself or think like, damn, I'm not even on the right path, or what the fuck am I doing, or whatever the fuck this is, right? But you need to know, you know what I'm saying, deep down inside, like for real, you're accessing the Akashic Stargate, you know, and you're starting to align with purpose. And I know it just feels crazy as fuck, right? Like they said on the card, falling. It's the unknown, it's descent, but it's momentum into change. You know what I'm saying? Descent means like what comes after something, right? So what comes after whatever heartache, whatever that we need to go through. Maybe it was something we need to learn. Maybe it was something we need to grow from. Maybe it was something we need to heal from. You know what I'm saying? So what comes after all of this, right? For those of us that pick card three, right? Like I said, some of us could be in recovery, and maybe recovery is like the vibe. You know, maybe you're recovering from the fall, which was descent, and like coming from a particular space. It doesn't have to be like recovery like from drugs. It could be like recovery from a situation, you know, like a fall, a descent, because to descend is to come after, right? So that's all it is, right? And I feel like you're recovering, you know, on the spiritual sense. You get what I'm saying? Arcturian light codes is the other one. Evolutionary downloads, recalling your power, future thinking. I feel like some of us could be like ready to start our future. You know, really standing in our own power, having evolutionary downloads. Maybe like already you could see like for the future or for the universe, like what you want, how you want things to be, or what you perceive them to be, or whatever. But like really going into this space of deep inner awareness, because you're aligning with your soul's mission, and you're aligned with purpose, okay? And even though sometimes you don't know what decision to make necessarily each time, I feel like there's no wrong path, and I want to keep reminding you that, okay? What are the tarot messages for falling? Card number 4. Look at that. I can't make it up for falling. It feels like the Tower. Like some of you guys, you know you're experiencing a change. For those of us at the card 3, you know that you're deep in the change that's happening. You can't stop it from happening. It's happening, right? And I feel like let it happen. You know, wherever those fucking pieces need to fall, let it fall. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's happening for a reason. You know, Two of Pentacles is sitting here saying like, balance this shit. Whatever you're being given, you have to balance it. Like that's the true mastery. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you balance, there's no wrong path, is what they're saying. Yes? Okay. Let's see. For the card Arcturian light codes, sorry. So we got the King of Swords, which talks about truth. I feel like some of you guys, I feel like getting the downloads, the Arcturian light codes, is helping you to see truth and be in the truth. You know, acknowledge what is true. King of Swords, you know, that's the truth card. And that helps you recall your power by being true to who you are, you know. Maybe honoring those roots, honoring those experiences of things that need to happen, you know, things that bring change, but beautiful things happen after changes, right? It's that ish, you know. Those of us that pick card 3, I think definitely we've gone through life and we've had to learn that change isn't always a bad thing. And I feel like that's the main message for those of us that pick card 3, that we had to discover change is not always a bad thing. Sometimes change can be actually a very positive thing, especially once we can accept that it's going to happen anyways. That's the thing about change. A lot of times we think like, oh, I can change it. I can. No, sometimes in life there's situations that happen and they're out of your control. And you have to be able to know the difference. And I feel like for those of us that pick card 3, that's really one of those big life lessons that we had to learn. You know, like knowing like when I have the power to change something and when I don't. You know, for real, for real. That serenity shit. Oh, yeah. That's truth. Balance. Okay. So for recovery, what's coming out for the recovery card? Thank you, Holy Spirit. See, some of you guys, I feel like as you recover more, your confidence starts to arrive back. You know, like people stop trying to play you and shit. Like maybe, you know, like they like try to talk down on you and say like, oh, you aren't the truth. And then you know, you had to let them know like, look, I am that I say I am, you know. Put some respect on it, right? But this is you like standing up for yourself. I see it with the Queen of Wands. Some of you guys having to do that for some people, you know, because they'll look twice, you know, and try. So keep that in mind. I feel like it's going to be a constant routine, something you're going to constantly have to show, you know, that you're doing and that you're on that path and on that mission. And the more that you create that in habit through behavior, which forms into a habit, right? The more that I feel like that routine shows the rest of the world like that you weren't playing and you mean business. So keep that in mind for those of us that pick our 3. You know, a lot of the falling is truly a holistic recovery. You know, you're recovering in all areas and aspects of your life right now. You know, and again, this is accessing your Akashic Stargate, aligning you with your purpose. Okay? Okay, clarifying the Akashic Stargate card. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, trust your intuition. Some of us that pick our 3, you know, you've been getting a lot of downloads, you know, evolutionary downloads, actually. And these evolutionary downloads sometimes cause you to not trust yourself because they're so profound, and you figure like, why would they be coming to me? Wouldn't they come to somebody else? No, they're supposed to come to you. You're who you chose them in a previous life, and they're just helping you activate yourself. They're only versions of you. All your ancestors and those that work with you, they're all versions of you. You have to stop thinking. Remember your interconnectedness. I know that those that pick card 3 probably didn't pick card 1, but the messages from card 1, or was it 2, doesn't matter, was that interconnectedness. And so remember that you are connected to everything in the universe. You know what I'm saying? Queen of Swords, I feel like those of us that pick card 3, this is us remembering, that I can bring with me, my life experience, and I can take that with me and use that to help me be evolutionary as change happens, because it gives me like a more keen insight. It gives me more direction when I feel like I'm out of focus or I feel like I'm out of whack or whatever, right? So keep that in mind for some of us that pick card 3, for everybody that pick card 3, excuse me. All right? You're aligning with your purpose right now. And I feel like there's really no wrong path, Queen of Swords, she's not a bad gal, Just no one needs to cross her. You know what I'm saying? Like, just saying. No one should cross them. Just kidding. All right. So we have the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like some of us could have felt like, we were losing out or we missed out on certain things. Clarifying the 5 of Pentacles. Oh, shit. With the Knight of Pentacles. I like that. Okay, just be patient. Some of you guys felt like you lost out or you missed out on something. But really, this wasn't a loss. You weren't never meant to have this. You were meant to have more. And you think of it as, oh, this was all I could have. Instead of thinking, I could have not only that, but I could have had 10 times what that was, Instead of you realizing, if only you could see it that way. You know what I'm saying? So this is your soul asking you to see a loss, not as a loss, but as a gain, as you receive more right now. So those of us that pick card 3, because you're aligning with purpose, and they already gave you the evolutionary downloads that what you are experiencing is not a joke. This is really a thing. And so you have to trust it. You have to trust it with the Star card, that you're aligned and that you are connected to these beings that are giving you downloads and helping you to free your soul. Okay? You have to believe that shit. You have to know that. All right? Justice, as I call this card, the Strength. And one of the reads, but at any rate, I'm sure you guys will find it and let me know. The Strength or the Justice is coming in because when it says for this justice, is like whatever you do, it's a win-win outcome. That's why they said no wrong path. That's why you have to know that whatever you choose is going to be the right path. Because you're always grounded in what's righteous. You're always grounded in the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You don't make a move without him. So that's why you get to have justice. Because you served your karma. Those of us that pick card 3, you wondering why. Because you had karma, you had this, you had fate, you had blah, blah, blah. You had life experience, you had that. You had all these things. But now, my child. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to keep that in mind, truly. Some of you guys, you might have the ability to be recognized for your gifts, for your talents, or whatever it is that you plan to provide. What else is coming up? 8 of Pentacles. I can't make this shit up. Somebody's going to get, like, some sort of good news or something like that. I feel like it's good news, but it's like a delay. It was 8 of Wands in reverse. But there's some sort of good news or something that's getting ready to come out. Really good news. Something very successful for you. Those of us that pick card 3. A successful piece of information will be coming in. Look at that shit. I can't make it up. Look. 10 of fucking Pentacles. This is like sudden windfalls of money. Come on now. Y'all in a really good place right now. Those of us who pick card 3. Because it's like you can't pick no wrong path. That's some real shit. Could you imagine that? What the fuck? It's amazing. What else is coming out for those of us? What are the closing messages? I'm going to do, you know what, let's do some financial messages for those of us that pick card 3. Holy Spirit, connect me to the financial messages for those of us that pick card 3. Okay, quick, fast money. Somebody about to be making quick money. Somebody also has unexpected expenses. So for those of us that pick card 3, remember that there will be some unexpected expenses. I feel like everybody for financial messages, if we got one today, it kind of was like messages about unexpected expenses. So just keep that in mind, everybody, okay? Something about unexpected expenses or being taxed. You know, just people, you know, having to spend more than what they normally would have been the normal cost, right? Keep that in mind for those of us getting in financial ones. Anything else financially? Money gain. Okay, so somebody will be getting money gain. 9 of diamonds. Upright. Money shower tycoon. Somebody going to be showering somebody with it. There's an investor here. Somebody wants to give somebody an opportunity. You're a money magnet. Those of us who pick card 3, you're a money magnet. You just attract money. Money is attracted to you. So keep that in mind, that like you could have been in a very fucked up position, and then look, money's just gonna windfall, you know, like out of nowhere. I promise you, 10 of Pentacles. You don't got money nowhere else on the board, damn near. As a matter of fact, when they did talk about money, they was talking about money loss, and then they told you to be patient because they about to give you something that you're supposed to. You heard me? So y'all remember that. How it's going to feel. How the ride going to feel. So when you go back to the reading, you know, you think about the reading, you know, like, yeah, it's supposed to feel like this. Because now I know that that's how you'll know if this read is for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll experience that. Okay. Any financial messages here left for card 3? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Balance your spending. So, yeah, it could have been, like I said, with the unexpected expense. Maybe just balance your spending. Maybe you just... Sometimes you get a little bit overspending, you know. So just be mindful not to do that, you know. But yeah, other than that, that's what I'm getting for the 3rd card messages, okay? And we're going to grab the final tarot messages. Closing tarot messages for card 3, all right? And we have it out in the 8 of Swords. I feel like some of you guys could be self-sabotaging, so be mindful of that energy. Also, we have out the Empress, okay? I feel like there's a very abundant energy that wants to be very generous and very helpful to you. It's just because of your good deeds. For those of you that pick card 3, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, it's just because you've had a really good heart, and you've had a really good heart for a really long time. And now you get to reap the benefits of that harvest. And I feel like don't feel negative or don't feel bad for receiving it, you know. Know that you rightfully earned this. And you're deserving of this. 3 of Wands. Some of you guys are going to have the opportunity to travel and go somewhere. Can I get one closing message here for card 3? Whoa. Thank you, Holy Spirit. The Lovers, some of you guys, you may travel with a lover. It may be with someone that you care about. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. 9 of Swords. I feel like somebody could have traveled from a situation or something that was, you know, it was a karmic lesson that you had to learn. You know, I feel like it was something about fate, like destiny. You had to learn that lesson first before you move forward. Some of you guys do got a lover that's walking into your life. That's what I'm seeing here for some of you guys. So I'm just going to see if there's any romance messages quickly for card 3. Lovers popped out. Romance messages for the Lovers card. Stay optimistic about your love life. Yeah, somebody left the situation and maybe you still got energies from the past. But stay optimistic about your love life. Somebody is healing family issues. Also, forgive your parents. It's like forgiving your parents helped your love life flourish and helped you heal something within you. Yeah, somebody walked away from a situation. That's what I'm saying. A very toxic situation that had a lot of red flags. Paying attention to the red flags. What else is going on? Yeah, I feel like somebody else is coming in and that this person is the one. Clarifying this could be the one card. I feel like that other person might be the one, you know? On some real shit. Clarifying the Chariot. The Ace. I really do. I really do. I feel like that they're the person, you know? And I feel like you conjured this person up. You manifested this person. Like, for real. I feel like you should flirt with this person. When this new person comes in, be very playful, lighthearted. I feel like that's what something that they're really, your smile is what really drew them to you. Okay? Just so you guys know, those of you got pick card 3. All right. And I'm going to grab one hidden message. And I'm going to let you guys go. Let's see. Hidden message. Here it is. I remember every detail of that day. Somebody said they remember every detail. Okay. So those are the messages for card 3. All right. Let me know how you like these messages. If you're not sub to the channel, make sure that you are, so you can always know and get notifications when I upload to the channel. All right. Let me know how you like the video, guys. All right. Peace.